Okay, we're going to have a look at equivalent fractions now. Equivalent fractions, then the clue's in the name. Equivalent, equal, okay? So equivalent fractions are ones that are equal to each other. Let's have a look at a few, and then we can go to talk about it a wee bit more in a wee second. The massive rule, the most important thing is, in order to make an equivalent fraction, you have to do the same thing to the numerator as you do to the denominator. So for example, I have 2/5 here. To turn it into an equivalent fraction, I need to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the same amount. For this example, I'm multiplying both of them by 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, 5 times 2 is 10. These two fractions are equivalent to each other. It's a bit like I've made both the numerator and the denominator bigger by the exact same amount, meaning that the two fractions are exactly the same. So if we're talking about pizza, if you're offered 2/5 of a pizza or you're offered 4/10 of a pizza, you're getting the exact same amount of pizza. Now, you might end up with more slices here, but if you combined your 4/10 of pizza with your 2/5 of pizza, it would be the exact same amount of pizza that you're eating. Okay? So if we do another one, so for example, if I do 4/10 and I multiply, let's go by 3 this time, okay? Again, I'm multiplying numerator and denominator by the exact same amount. It needs to be the same, or else you don't end up with an equivalent, okay? So 4 times 3 is 12, 10 times 3 is 30, okay? I've done the same thing, so it means I've got an equivalent fraction. So that means that this fraction is equal to this fraction, which is equal to this fraction. They are all equal to each other. They're all exactly the same. Again, if we're talking about pizza, this amount of pizza is the same as this amount of pizza is the same as this amount of pizza. It just means that your pizza is being cut into 30 slices, but you're getting 12 instead of cut into 10 slices, and you're getting 4. Okay? You've got lots of smaller bits here, but those smaller bits all add up to the exact same size as this amount of pizza or this amount of pizza. Okay? Let's try with 3/4. So again, I'm going to multiply by, let's go for 5 this time. It doesn't actually matter what you multiply by. As long as it's the same amount for the numerator and the denominator, you end up with an equivalent fraction. So 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 5 is 20. Okay? Equivalent. Okay? They are equal to each other. I've multiplied numerator and denominator by the same amount. Let's multiply by 10 this time. Okay? So both numerator and denominator are being multiplied by 10. I made sure it's both the same. So 15 times 10 is 150, and 20 times 10 is 200. Again, it might look like a really different fraction, and it is a different fraction, but it is equal to the other fractions as well. Okay, they're worth the same value. Okay, last one, let's go multiply by, I don't know, 1,000. Okay. Now, this might look like a mad fraction. Okay, 6 times 1,000 is 6,000, and 10 times 1,000 is 10,000. Okay? They look so different, but they are still equal to each other. 6/10 of a pizza is the same as 6,000 10,000ths of a pizza. It just means that this pizza has been cut into 10,000 very thin slices. You're going to eat 6,000 of those, but you will be just as full as this person eating 6/10 of the pizza. They'll have cut their pizza into 10 bits and they've eaten 6 of them. Okay? But it's the same amount of pizza, just smaller slices, but equal to each other. Okay? Right. Little job for you to do just now is to make your own equivalent fractions. Okay? You should spend 2 minutes on 2 of these. I've used these 2 fractions, but you can choose your own, okay? The idea behind this is you're going to create a fraction web. So see how many fractions you can create in 2 minutes for this one and 2 minutes for this one. So I'll show you what mine might look like. Okay, I'm going to times by 2. So that means I've now got 2 over 6. They are equal to each other. Now I'm going to times by 3. So I've got 3 over 9. They are equal to each other. Times by 4. I have got 4 over 12. All of these fractions are equal. Times by 5. I've got 5 over 15. Okay? This is your job. See how many you can do. 2 minutes for a fraction like this. 2 minutes for a fraction like this. Remember, make sure to multiply the numerator and denominator by the same amount. Keep them equal.